It was a cold, rainy Friday night in a quiet suburban town just outside Portland. Streetlights flickered through sheets of rain, and the roads shimmered under the downpour. Jason, a battle hardened war veteran turned Uber driver, sat slouched behind the wheel of his dusty black sedan, waiting for one last ride before calling it a night. His phone buzzed. A ride request. Pickup. Emily. Location. Riverside gas station. Jason sighed, accepted, and pulled out into the wet street. The rain was relentless, drumming against the windshield like a warning. At the gas station, under a flickering overhead light, stood a teenage girl, soaked to the bone, her hoodie clinging to her frame. She looked over her shoulder constantly. Her eyes were wide, terrified. Jason rolled down the window. "Emily?"
Emily?
She nodded quickly, yanked open the door, and slid inside. Rainwater dripped from her sleeves. Her hands trembled as she reached for the seatbelt.
They're following me, she said, her voice barely audible over the rain. Jason frowned. Something in her tone, in her eyes, triggered his instincts.
Don't worry,
He
you're
quietly
safe with
locked
me.
all the doors. "You're safe now," he said, pulling away from the curb and into the dark streets. They drove in silence. Rain lashed the windows. Trees lined both sides of the narrow road like watchful sentinels. Jason glanced at the rearview mirror and froze. A black SUV had appeared behind them. No headlights, no license plate visible. But every turn Jason made, it mirrored exactly. Emily noticed. She leaned forward. "It's them!" "Who?" Jason asked. My boyfriend got involved with something messed up, a cult. They worship something. They do rituals during the blood moon. Tonight was supposed to be a sacrifice. Jason gripped the wheel tighter. "I stole this from them," Emily said, unzipping her soaked backpack. "They call it the Heart of Shadows." She pulled out a small, intricately carved obsidian idol. It was cold, angular, and inhuman in shape. She placed it on the dashboard. The moment the idol touched the dashboard, the air in the car shifted. The temperature plummeted. Jason could see his breath. Suddenly, the SUV's headlights behind them blinked. Once, twice, then vanished completely. Jason sat up straighter, eyes scanning the rear view.
Where did they go?
Where'd they go? Emily didn't blink. "They're not behind us
They're
anymore."
not behind us anymore.
whispered.
They're ahead now.
They're ahead now. Without warning, the engine sputtered. The dashboard lights flickered. Then, darkness. The car stalled on the lonely stretch of forest road. Fog spilled in from the woods, curling around the tires like smoke. No signal, Jason muttered, checking his phone. No GPS. The only sound was the ticking of the cooling engine and the soft rustling of something moving outside. Jason grabbed the flashlight from his glove box.
Stay inside.
"Stay inside," he said. He stepped out. Rain had slowed to a mist. The woods were deathly still. That's when he saw them. In the dim beam of his flashlight, Jason saw shadows, hooded figures, standing in a perfect circle around the car. They weren't moving. They were whispering in unison, in Latin. One figure raised a hand and pointed directly at Jason. His heart stopped. He turned to run back to the car, but when he yanked open the driver's door and jumped in, Emily was gone. Just gone. No sound, no sign. Only the obsidian idol remained on the passenger seat, glowing faintly red.
Jason, breathing heavily, reached for the ignition. The engine roared to life, violent, unnatural, as if something had awakened inside it. He floored the gas. The tires screeched. Fog swallowed the road as he drove, blind, heart pounding. A sudden flash of white light. Jason blinked and found himself back in town. Morning light, clear skies, no fog, no cult, no Emily.
Jason looked around in disbelief. He was parked near a diner. Everything seemed normal. His phone buzzed. Uber notification. "Thanks for the ride. I'm safe now." Jason stared at the screen. But then, something shimmered in the rearview mirror. Dangling from it, a small, blood-red pendant with the same symbol as the idol. His hands trembled. Buzz. Another ride request. Pickup. Riverside gas station. Name, Emily. Jason stared. The app glitched. Screen flickered. He tapped accept with shaky fingers. From the back seat, a soft voice.
Oh, let's try again.
Let's try again. Jason turned. His scream never reached the air. The car drove itself back into the mist, alone.